Dear students, in the previous video we have discussed about computer language. So computer language are of two types, low level language and a machine level language. Low level language can be understandable by the computer and a high level language can be understandable by the human being. That means the user can write the program in high level language, but it should be converted into the low level language. So the conversion part is done by the translators. Right, so here translators are of two types, compiler and then interpreter. So in this video we are going to discuss what is compiler, how it is working, and the same way interpreter also. That means both are used to convert high level language into low level language. So as I said, the program which is written by the human being is the high level language. By using English language they will write the code. So that is called the source code. That means the program what we are producing is called the source code. It cannot be understood by the computer, right? So it should be converted into the machine level language, or its binary digits, zeros and 1. So for that we are using, that means the source code is converted into machine code. For that we are going to use compiler as well as interpreter. Okay, so what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? We will see one by one. So both are doing the same function. It is converting high level language into machine level language. It can be understood by the computer, right? So now computer. Now we are going to discuss about compiler. So what is compiler? It is the translator which takes the input, that is high level language, which converts, which produces the output of low level language, that is the machine language. So what is the work of the compiler? The total program will be scanned and then it will convert into the machine level language. Already the same thing we have discussed for assembler. Assembler, what it is doing? Assembler will convert assembly level language into machine level language, right? Assembly level language into machine level language. But more than that, not only converting, compiler is more intelligent. It is doing it, that means it checks all kinds of limits, ranges, and what kind of errors we are having. Here assembler will do only conversion, but compiler will check all the kinds of limits and ranges as well as errors. If any error is present in this program, it will inform us to change it. So once it is changed, then the program will be executed. That is the highlight of this compiler. And then it occupies little large space in the memory, and that means it has to go through full program, entire program. That's what it takes little time, so the speed will be little bit less. So this diagram is helping you to understand high level language is converted into machine language by using the compiler. Next I am going to explain about advantages and disadvantages of the compiler. So as I said, the compiled code runs faster in comparison to the interpreted code. Next only we are going to discuss about interpreted, but it runs faster. Okay, and then compiler help in improving the security of applications. Okay, and then as compilers give debugging tools, we can fix the error. So whatever the error it is showing, that we can correct it easily. And the next one is disadvantages. So can catch only the syntax errors and the semantic errors, and compilation will take little bit more time because it is scanning all the program at a time. Okay, these are the advantages of compiler. Next we are coming to the interpreter. Interpreter is also performing the same process, that is converting high level language into machine level language, but only difference is that compiler will convert, that means it scans overall program, entire program, and finally it converts into the machine language. But interpreter will not do like that. Suppose if you are having 10 lines of program, in the sense first it will convert, it will check this first line and then it will be converted into the machine language, and then second line. So in that way it will check line by line and then it will convert into the machine language. So that is the only difference between compiler and interpreter. So it translates only one statement of the program at a time. That is the importance here. That means a difference than the compiler. And then it is smaller than the compilers. Role of the interpreter, the same way, high level language is converted into machine language through the interpreter. Next, advantages and disadvantages. So programs written in an interpreted language are easier to debug because line by line it is checking and allow the management of memory automatically. It that means comparatively with the compiler it occupies very less space, okay, and it is more flexible than compiled language. So disadvantages of interpreter is can run only the corresponding program only it will run, okay. And then now we are going to discuss about disadvantages of interpreter. Actually interpreter can run only the corresponding, whatever the program is converted that only it will run, and the next one is its code runs slower in comparison to the compiled code, okay. So that is the only disadvantages of interpreter. So now I will show certain differences so that you can understand very easily. Here interpreter means it translates one statement at a time, but here it scans entire program and converting into the machine level language, and it takes very less amount of time, and moreover it occupies very less space, but it is taking large amount of time, okay. And then here it is no object code is generated, but here object code will be generated. Object code is nothing but source code plus header file. So it is converted into object code, that also we will discuss in the another video, object code. So in this case a compiler will generate object code but interpreter will not generate the object code, hence memory is efficient, but here it needs more memory. And this interpreter is used in JavaScript, Python, Ruby, etc. So in C, C++, Java and all using the compilers. So these are the differences between interpreter and compiler. I hope you understand this content. If you have any doubt, you just ask me in the comment section.